So in this video we will learn about z-scores or standard scores. Okay. So firstly, before saying this, you must know what is meant by standard deviation. Okay. So as we have discussed earlier, the standard deviation is the average distance your data value is from the mean. Suppose this is your mean and this is your data value. So the average distance is your standard deviation. Okay. But here in this case, what is z-scores or standard scores? So, and the number of standard deviation our data value is away from the mean. Okay, it tells us the number of standard deviation and not the distance, not the average distance, but some number, some particular number that your data value is this number far from the mean, and that number is the standard deviation number. Okay, so z-scores or standard scores tells us that in this many number of standard deviation your data value is from the mean, and the prerequisite is that you must know what is standard deviation from the last video. So the formula is, we represent this by a small z, x minus x bar over s, where x bar is your sample mean, this is your sample standard deviation. And if you are told in a question that we have to find for the sake of population, and then there we represent our mean with and population mean with mu. Okay, and this is our population standard deviation. So let's apply. This is very simple to apply in the questions. But firstly, see this. Sometimes we are not just directly asked to find the standard scores or the z-scores of the data. Okay, you might be asked that what is the relative position for this data value. So the relative position means you have to find the standard scores, that is how numbers far your data value is from the mean. Okay, so let's go to the questions. Suppose we are given some height. This is our data value, that is this is our x, this is our mean, that is sample mean. If we are not told about the sample mean or the population data, we assume it to be sample. Here we are not told anywhere, so we assume it to be the sample data. This is our sample mean, this is our sample standard deviation. So we have to use the formula as x minus x bar over s. So our x is data value, that is 76, our mean is 71.5, our s is 2.1. We get 2.14. Similarly, in the next question, our height is 6 inches, which is our data value. Mean is this, s is this. Here again, this is our sample data. X minus x bar over s, we get 1.81. And another thing about it is that z-score between -2 and 2, this range is considered usual. If your data value, if your z-score comes in this range from -2 to 2, it means your z-score is considered usual, otherwise it is considered unusual. So see over here, it has exceeded the range of -2 to 2. It means it is unusual, but here it is within 2, so it is usual. And one last thing is about box plots. So the things that we require for box plot, we have already studied them in detail. We basically need 5 things, that is known as 5 number summary. We need the maximum value out of data, the minimum value out of data, our median, Q1 and Q3, that is our 3 quartiles. We have discussed in detail how to find quartiles, then maximum value and the minimum value. So basically box plot represents IQR or 50%. First you have to remember that the box plot represent 50% of our middle data, that where the most of our data, middle data lies. And this IQR means interquartile range. It gives us the distance between the third quartile and the first quartile. We have discussed it when we were studying and those outliers and quartiles. Okay, so IQR means Q3 minus Q1. So we need these things for our box plots. So let's go over here. Okay, so these values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 values. It means we're given odd number of data. From odd data we can easily get our median. We discussed when we were discussing about medians. Okay, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. So this 9 has divided this data into 2 equal parts, right? So this is our median. We have to find the maximum value, that is 21, minimum is 1. And one important thing, because we are dealing with quartiles, we have discussed that our data must be sorted. Okay, so after finding Q2 we can easily get our Q1, that is again find the median from this part of the data, that is 5, right? And again find the median that from this part of the data, that is 13. So this part gives us Q3, our 13 is Q3, and this part gives us Q1, so our 5 is Q1, right? So how to make this box plot? Firstly mention the most minimum value, that is 1 here, then mention the maximum value, that is 21 over here, then mention your median. Our median is 9. Here we have somewhere 9. Our Q1 is 5 over here, Q3 is 13 over here. Firstly just mention out all the points, don't make any box. Okay, after mentioning the points, next thing you have to do is make a box with Q1 and Q3. Using Q1 and Q3, make this box around Q1 and Q3 quartiles. Okay, and in this box plot tells that 50% of our data values lies within this range. Okay, so making the box plot is very easy because we have discussed all about these terms already. But one new thing you have to know is about this, about the shape of the box plot. Okay, whether it is symmetric, skew symmetric, positively symmetric or what. Okay, so listen attentively. If your median, this is our median is 9, if your median is near the center of your box, I am saying near the center of box and not this whole line. Okay, just consider this box. If the median is near the center, we say that our data is, our box plot is, our distribution is symmetric. Write down it somewhere. Okay, if it is near the median, it is symmetric. If the median is to the left, if the median is to the left of the box, it means our distribution is positively skewed. And if the median is toward the right, it means our distribution is negatively skewed. This was about the median distribution, right? And we have some other sort of distribution also, that is called as, or you can say that deals with this line and this line. Firstly, the median tells us about the distribution. Okay, next this line also tells us something about the distribution. If this right line is greater than this left line, we say that our distribution is positively skewed. And if the left line is greater than the right line, we say our distribution is negatively skewed. Okay, so that's how we make the box plot, and we have to guess the distribution using the median and the length of these two lines. So I hope you got this concept. So thank you.